Good morning, Harry Dros. Are we live? Are we on?
We're live.
Harry, you look. Wait, let me just say good morning to people. Good morning, everybody. I'm Babz Rawls-Ivy. This is LoveBabz, LoveTalk. If it's around 9 o'clock, you got me, baby. Harry is actually downtown in our studios. Harry, I don't know. You look cute, Harry, in a real sort of ninja spy, Russian meets China kind of way.
Yeah. It's crazy. I come over here and it's just so much more work.
Harry, I think you might have to start popping in there once every 2 weeks now. Like you gotta, and it's nice to see it because I miss it. So
Yeah. It's different. I have to eventually migrate a lot of the stuff my audio from my library at home to over here because it's like I'm looking for our stuff.
you look at stuff and like, oh, it's in Waterbury.
Yeah. And it's like we got all old stuff here and the new stuff's in my house. So yeah, it's gonna be something to move everything.
So Ife and Markeisha may jump in at about 9:15, Harry, so we could talk about recipes. We're just gonna talk about recipes, and then I got a guest at 10:15. My nephew, my nephew, who is a rap artist, an up and coming, damn good rap artist, I must say. And I'm so proud. And I didn't know if he was gonna say yes. I went around to his mama. I said, "Listen, I'd love to have him on." So I contacted his parents, who are my dear dear friends, and they're my family. And so I was like, "Hey, I'd like to have him on. Is he ready?" Like I'm thinking, is he ready to be like? I think he's been on Joe Ugly show. I think he's been over there. So if he could survive over there, he could survive with his auntie Babz.
Well, that's perfect that and Ife are gonna be on because I
But you got
ha
work to do.
yeah, I haven't sanitized everything yet.
Harry, you like a little old lady. Like,
So I'm
show me your
freaking out.
supplies, Harry. Where they stashed at? Because
That's
your
that's the thing. I'm gonna have to use some of Lavos's supplies.
they have supplies, Harry. Are
Yeah,
they to your standards?
no, they do. They have a whole stash.
That you
Um,
set that
so
up, though, right?
yeah, I just need to, cause I took all my stuff the last time I was here. I don't know why I did that. It's not like I'm short of stuff at home, but I took all my cleaning supplies. So I'll use Lavos's, but I really do. There's like 3 layers of dust and stuff here, so gotta do it. It's kind
Well,
of freaking me out. And good morning, Alicia Rodriguez. She says good morning.
good morning.
Yeah,
Hang
so
around for recipes.
so just real quick for anybody who's tuning in for the first time on Love Babs Love Talk on WNHH LP 103.5 FM. Let me give you a quick look of what Harry looks like. Ah, there you go. Look. Ah,
All right, I love your little stars. Is there some stripes to go with them stars, or it's just straight stars?
just straight stars. So yeah, so I'm gonna keep this mask on today. So like I said, I'm not feeling really comfortable because I haven't sanitized the
Oh
studio
Lord,
yet. So
oh
I'm
my
keeping
Lord.
everything on. you,
They're gonna
you,
throw you out, Harry. You know that, right?
you know how I get, Babs. It's like
I know it's
I'm,
gonna be. Listen, if anybody want a clean space in about an hour,
I'm Felix Unger for anybody who goes way back to the Odd Couple. So
okay,
so anyway, so how you doing, Babs?
I'm good. You know what? It's Tuesday. It's sunny out, and my computer's not freezing up. Right? You
That's
see
good.
me?
Knock on wood.
I'm not. I'm sitting in my dining room. I got my flowers behind me, and I mean, I'm good. What is it? I mean, hey, I think the president has conceded on some level or acknowledged that we're gonna have a new president.
Yeah, he acknowledged that he
Okay.
he has to actually submit to the transition. Thank God, right? So, you know, it's probably 2 weeks late, three. What? How many weeks?
Well, yeah, forever and ever.
But
And
you know,
who
but at
knows,
least he's doing
Harry?
it.
He'll change his mind later today.
Oh no. He said he's allowing the transition to continue, but he's still contesting the election.
All right, well, go ahead.
So there you go. He's still, you know, fighting it a little, but you know, he'll come around to accepting it. So you know, losing is hard.
You remember didn't your mama used to tell you sometimes, Harry? Sometimes you don't have a choice.
Sometimes you don't have a choice, and you know, if you've been involved in sports, um,
Yes.
you know, you're very competitive, and you fight for every inch, every yard if you're playing football. And the thing is that at the end of the game, win, lose, or draw, they make you shake hands.
That's right, Harry.
Right.
No matter what.
At the end
And
of the
if you
game,
didn't shake hands, you were a poor sports, and that would get around.
exactly. So it was a lesson. Well, I was gonna say a lesson learned, but he didn't learn it.
No, you're not gonna learn that,
And because
Harry.
he was a baseball guy in college and stuff like that, so
He's watched the game?
he should have learned. He should have learned.
No.
But you know,
Harry, if you have a parent that's like not about honesty and integrity, unlikely you will.
well, you know, I think it's just that his parent was
A Nazi?
well, to be realistic, they you know, of course, they come from privilege, right? They're not just privilege, not just white privilege. They're rich privilege, right? So they're used to getting everything they want at all costs or at no cost, right? So he probably didn't learn how to lose. So, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
this is a good lesson right here.
as long as he's coming eventually around to it, I'm fine with it.
We didn't need him to come around, Harry. He had to get out no matter whether he accepts it or not.
Right,
It's
right.
like when you sell your house, Harry. You can't stay there indefinitely. When you sell your house, you gotta get out.
No, yeah. I mean, he knew that. That's why it just takes a person, especially when you're a narcissist, right? So it takes it takes a long time for it to actually seep into your brain that it's not all about you. And when you're a narcissist, how do you actually grasp that? Right? It's difficult. And you know, I get it. I get fighting. I get fighting. I like fighting.
Yeah, we know.
But you have to realize when you've lost and move on. You know, move on to the next fight. Yeah. You don't keep fighting the same loss. Move on to the next fight.
Harry, you should have been an advisor. No, you make too much sense, Harry. You'd have got kicked out day one. You would have been kicked out, Harry. They ain't trying to hear your kind of reasoning. They'd be like, Harry Jones, you either with us or you not. I am with you, but y'all are not making sense.
Well, I'm just, you know, a realist. So, you know, there's that. Yeah. There's that. You gotta live in reality sometimes. You gotta be present.
Oh my gosh. Well, all is well. All is well. All is well.
I mean, it isn't like Biden wasn't moving on anyway, you know. He was doing his transition thing anyway, and
you gotta. I mean, you know.
It's just waiting for
you can't let somebody hold up your you know what you gotta do.
Right. And Republicans were briefing him on everything anyway. They said they were gonna step into the gap if Trump didn't do it, so it was done.
Yeah. So it's gotta be done. It's just, you know, I just don't like it to play out like this, but that's all right. So Ife and Marquisha are gonna come on, I guess, and we're gonna talk recipes and Friendsgiving, and I kind of like this weather, Harry. I don't want this weather to change. Like, we could go through the winter and keep this up. Hey, you gotta unmute yourself.
Duh, we should know that by now.
No, if we all do it, everybody does it. So yeah.
Good,
I was just
good
telling Harry
morning.
I love the weather. Good morning, Ife. The
Good
weather is
morning.
nice. I want
It
this
is.
weather. I don't want snow.
Me neither.
I don't want anything. I don't want 20-degree weather, Harry. I just
Me
want.
neither.
I know. I'm not being realistic, but
Harry looking like the ninja producer.
I know. Ninja producer. American ninja producer.
Listen,
He ain't cleaned up yet, so.
I'm surprised you don't have gloves on, Harry.
Oh, don't worry.
You know, I am regretting not bringing gloves.
Oh, you don't have any?
No,
Oh my God.
I took all my stuff back to my house for some crazy reason.
Harry, I at least thought you'd have a stash of gloves somewhere.
In the car.
You know, I might have work gloves in the car. I might have to go down. All right, so let me leave you guys. Oh well, let me wait till Marquisha's on.
Is Marquisha coming in? I don't even know. She never said she was.
Okay.
So she might not. But just
hit me up with a text.
Okay.
If she's in the waiting room.
All right.
All right. So let me back out of here.
I'll do that. I was like, Marquisha, if you jump on, let me know. She never said she would, but. Ooh, wait. Okay, Ife, let me send her a text. Marquisha, if you jump on, what we'll do is I'll text Harry. And he'll let you in. What's up, Ife? Good morning.
Good morning.
How's everything?
Everything's good. I have your soror's granddaughter today, Debbie's granddaughter. Debbie.
Oh, these babies. So, all right, so we just came off our annual Friendsgiving dinner the other day, Sunday. When did we do it? Sunday?
I just finished the potato salad last night, girl. The leftover.
I still got stuff in my fridge. I'm thinking, how much longer can this last? Like, some of this could carry right over into Thanksgiving. We'll see what happens. That's good. So we've been doing this for a bunch of years now. And this is the first time I did it in this new space.
It was cozy.
Yeah.
It was nice.
We had good food. We had I had Sharon Casanova cater some of it, like my portion of it. Like,
and we had a vegan.
We had a very vegan Friendsgiving.
That was bountiful, people, for those of you who are not vegan.
Tell me again, Ife, you didn't even really, did we miss turkey? Like, did any ham or anything?
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, I wanted Marquisha to come on and talk about them puff pastry,
mushroom pot pies.
Pot pies, man.
It was so savory.
It was very savory.
Well done. I liked it. Now I'm waiting for it to do like some fruit filled ones, right? Like it's like have like a pie.
Oh yeah, huh?
It's like I want a pie. Yeah. So
in the greens, and she did the mixed greens.
She did the greens was not my favorite thing. I loved it, but I didn't love them.
Right.
It was yummy.
What was my favorite thing?
I think my favorite thing was. I don't know what my favorite thing was.
I mean, we had the curry vegetables.
I think the potato salad was my favorite thing.
You always like potato salad anyway.
I like potato salad.
You just this.
I do.
Anytime potato salad shows up, you just with you.
I do. I love potato salad. The curry vegetables, I loved them, but I didn't love them. Do you know what I mean? Like, ooh, they were good. They're still good. And they're good. You know, that wasn't my favorite. The mac and cheese was good. Not my favorite, but I loved it. You know what? You know why it wasn't my favorite? For the mac and cheese, I needed some sweet potatoes on the side or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. For me, because I make the mac and cheese that I've learned to make from my grandmother, my mom, is so dairy rich.
But the vegan one is good. This is a version of vegan potato salad that's a little different than what I make. And I actually love to make vegan mac and cheese because they have so many good vegan cheeses out there now. Like
I
you can get the
know.
fancy vegan cheese.
Right.
So I kind of like that,
Yeah.
I think what was missing for me, rice. Like if I have collard greens and cabbage, I need a side of rice. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yep.
I need a little
Yep.
rice and a hint of gravy. Just a hint. I needed that.
Yeah, gravy and some stuffing
Yes.
and sweet potatoes. That was the only thing that was those things were kind of missing.
Yeah.
But we still got full.
And we had good non-alcoholic drink. We had de-alcoholized wine.
That was really good. That was really good. Like I want to go out there and get some.
I know. They could get more. I'm gonna go out there and get more, like a case of it or something.
That's right, because you on your road. You on the road to recovery.
Yes. Because So for those that don't know, I'm getting ready to have hip replacement surgery. I kind of talked about it, but I don't really talk about it. But now that we've cleared all the hurdles, we're just waiting for a date. So I had to give up alcohol since last January, right? December.
Yeah.
Because I'm on pain meds that create, if I drink with these opioids, it creates sudden death. Like I got a whole Narcan, like I have Narcan thing to go with my prescription, right? Like I'm never gonna overdose because I don't have to take these things anyway. But I had to give up alcohol to take these particular type of opioid. So so it meant more to me to get rid of pain than it was to keep drinking. So I haven't had a drink in a year.
And I know you missing that scotch and tequila.
Girl, somebody fill up a pool with some tequila. Because I'm swimming in it. I can't
After your hips are fixed, you gonna be biking with us next summer.
Biking and drinking.
We taking over.
And let me tell you, the pain management people are so serious about you drinking that I have to go and I have to give a urine sample randomly. Like they call me randomly to come in and take a sample. And I was like, she's like, is this going to be a problem? I'm like, no, I'm not an alcoholic. I don't care. I can stop drinking.
Do the edibles show up though?
They don't mind the edibles. They don't care. They prefer you to take edibles. I'm going to tell you something. Those edibles are life-saving. I don't know why they want to mess around with this marijuana because it has been so helpful to me to have the THC and to do the hemp. The hemp has been helpful too, the hemp has been really, really helpful, particularly around sleep.
The pharmaceutical companies have got all the money, so if everybody start getting alternative methods, they ain't gonna make no money.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's why they lock up everybody when they was back there in the day. So, well, they're still locking up people for selling pot, but those days are about to be over in a minute. The little man, the little pot man, your little weed man about to lose his business. I mean, somebody, a good weed man is a good weed man.
That's it.
A good weed man.
Well, I'm waiting on my card to come from the state. So.
Oh, you did it already? I haven't done mine yet. I don't know why I'm waiting. Did you go online and do it?
Well, after I went to Canada Health,
okay,
they got the approval thing. Shout out to Canada Health.
Okay.
And the Canada Health Empire.
I'm gonna run my little self right over there at the end of this week.
And then
get through all of this.
And then you go online with the state and give them your result. You get a number or something. You go onto the state and give them your results. So and then pay $100 for the card from the state.
Wow, that's pretty good. And then there's dispensaries around town, right?
Yes, one on Whaley Avenue.
Is there?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. Where is it? I don't even know. I guess if you don't know, if you don't shop there, you don't...
what is that street? Next to that Burger King in Westville.
Oh, really?
What's that street?
Valley
not Valley Street, the other street that from Whaley you want to go over to Valley Street.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, I
Mhm.
see. I can't remember what it is.
Across from the Caribbean place.
Uh-huh.
It's called Advantage.
Oh, okay. I'll look it
Yep.
up when I go over there. Cool. Well, that'd be good.
You ain't gotta go far.
I know, right? I'm
And
telling you,
then
these
we can eat
edibles
the
are
mac
life.
and cheese, and then we can eat all the potato salad mac and cheese because we come once. And let's not forget about Eric Ray's moon soup.
Oh my God, that girl. That moon soup is worth its weight in M&Ms. Let me tell you. Oh my God, the first time I had it, I was like, I had like a giant bowl.
Girl, you was out. You slept real good.
Slept good. And so when I ordered my second one, I was like, I paced myself. Is that the grandbaby? Is that the niece?
Yeah, come here, Eva. Come here. You wanna say hi?
Say hi to the peoples.
You wanna say hi? Come here.
Like, oh, who is this?
This is Eva.
Hi, pretty girl.
She heard me talking about mac and cheese. She's like, "What mac and cheese?"
Is mac and cheese your favorite thing? Yes. She's like, no, I'm not feeling it.
All right,
favorite thing too.
I'll bring it to you later, okay?
Mac and cheese. So
being part of a village, being part.
Listen, we got to raise what we got to do, and we had a fabulous vegan cheesecake.
Oh my God, that was so delicious.
It was quite substantial.
What?
TV. She wants to turn on the TV.
Okay, it's on.
Is it on her channel? You know, the stuff that she likes.
Yeah, she's talking about something happened that she can't watch.
Where's Gracie?
Gracie, her mom's on vacation, so she stayed
home
this week.
Okay, all right. Because I knew if there was a chance, she'd be over there hanging out, exercising her Afro-Latina roots. I love it. Let them embrace it.
And all that.
Yeah. All right. So we had a great cheesecake. We had great food.
Oh wait, and Markeisha made those chocolate cupcakes. Those chocolate. Did she make them? Or did I have them for another time?
I think you had it for another time.
Because we didn't have any bread.
Oh, okay. So I don't know if Markeisha's coming in. I don't see her.
She might not be up yet. She did say good morning in our text, but she didn't make it.
She'd be like, you know what? I'm messing with them at 9 o'clock in the morning. You know. So yeah, no. I mean, we had. You know, it's funny. We had one dessert. We didn't have like 20 desserts. We had one dessert, but we had a lot of food, and it was.
After the dessert, we were so full. We had to take breaks,
and it was really good. It was good. So I have the leftover cabbage and collard greens, and I've got Margot had made some rice the other day, so I'm gonna put them together so that I'll have my little collard cabbage rice
and hot sauce. I wanted to put hot sauce.
Oh, and a little hot sauce.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they gotta have hot sauce. That's what I'm gonna make for my family. My family pod. We're getting together, and I'm gonna make cabbage and collard greens. And
so y'all are gathering Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess people are really. I'm hoping people really realize, you know, small gatherings with the people that they are with all the time is a better deal than trying to have gazillions of people in your house on that day. You know, we have to accept the fact that these are COVID times.
Yep. And gotta be safe.
Gotta be safe.
Keep each other safe.
So yeah. But you know, there's another thing that y'all do, speaking of recipes. You know, you, Markeisha,
and
Lauren and Dolores ride bikes together.
Yes.
And then you cook. You do a vegan potluck.
We do a meal exchange.
A meal exchange. So tell me about. I love this idea.
It's a vegan meal exchange. So, Markeisha actually, it was her idea. She started because she's making vegan meals, but making a lot.
Yeah.
for,
It's hard to make
for
one
her,
vegan meal.
for her solo household. So
Yeah.
she's like, listen, I make too much. So let me share this. And then Lauren is a couple. Okay, come on. And so Lauren, somebody want to be here with me, but not be here with me.
Yes.
And so Lauren is also like makes a lot, and so, and you know, I'm used to cooking for a lot of people, but I don't have to. But we decided to save each other some meal time and cook, and each take turns making a meal, and it works out very well because like last night Lauren delivered some really good veggie chili. Markeisha had made, that's where I got the chocolate muffins from. Oh my God.
Okay.
Babz.
All right, listen. You people got to start dropping off at 75 Ivy. I'm just FYI.
Yes, I do. I'll give you one.
You have to drop by 75 Ivy and, you know.
And I made some veggie pasta last week. This week, so I don't know where I came up with this. I had all these collard greens. So I made these collard green mushrooms and vegetables sauteed and rolled them up in collard green leaves, blanched collard green leaves.
You know what that reminds me of? There's a restaurant in Harlem that does that.
Yes, the vegan. Oh my gosh, that's probably
it's not a vegan restaurant either, but she had it on her menu.
Mm-hmm.
God, what is this woman's name? It's right. It's not too far.
I know, because I had that, and maybe that's right
from the social, from the Harlem Social, like way up from Harlem Social.
Right.
But I can't think of the name of it to save my daggone life. But that's the first time I ever had collard greens rolled up with. She had black-eyed peas in them. She had black-eyed peas.
Oh, I might try that.
I
might try that.
Yes, and they were so good. Now this goes back some time, so this was before anybody.
If you're going to be on, you need to smile. You need to show them your smile. This is Eva, by the way.
Eva.
Eva McCauley.
That's my grandmother's name. My grandmother's name is Eva.
And that's her great grandmother's name.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's a great name.
So she got a legacy.
She does.
But yeah, so I actually sauteed the mushrooms with sweet potatoes. So you had sweet and savory.
Yeah, I like that.
And with mushrooms and peppers with the sweet potatoes, rolled them up in the blanched collard green leaf. Girl,
that's good.
That's gonna be our. That was
collard green leaves are hearty.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Like they're very hearty.
Give me a second.
Melba's. That's where it was.
Melba's. That's right. Yep.
Melba's on her menu. She had collard greens with she
was on Lennox.
Yeah, she's on 14.
Was it Lennox?
300 West 114th Street.
Oh, 114th Street. Okay.
And she had black-eyed peas rolled into collard greens as an appetizer. They were
wow.
so good. I was like, I don't even know how you even came up with this. It was so good. I forgot what it's called, but I could pull up a menu and take a quick look.
Yeah, but I had like a lot of collard greens, so I was like, and I wanted to do something different with them.
Rice, black-eyed peas, collard greens, and cheddar cheese in a spring roll wrapper. That's what you would do.
Wow.
So good. I have them without the cheese.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Was it in a spring roll or was it wrapped in the leaves?
The ones that she called it a spring roll, but she used the collard greens as the wrapper.
Okay.
So
yeah, and blanching is for those of you who haven't heard of that, is a science in and of itself. Because you got to dip it in the hot water, then dip it in the ice water real quick.
Ice water, yes. So
before it falls apart.
Yeah. which is nice. Keeps the color of the collard greens beautifully,
Oh
and
my.
you keep the crispness, but they
Mhm.
are cooked. So
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, that's good. So more and more people are starting to invite more vegan things into their diets, right? People are putting more vegetables, and we as Black people, so much of our diets are about vegetables, but so is meat too. So
Right.
trying to find that balance of less meat, more vegetables,
Right.
you know,
And still have your protein.
and still have your protein,
Right.
and stop cooking your collard greens with like fat back. Do you know what I mean? Like you can make collards without, like Markeisha made beautiful collard greens without any meat.
Right.
I make my collard greens without meat. I like a lot of Indian spices in my collard greens.
Indian
For that
spices,
smoky
curry.
flavor. Yes, curry.
Yeah, that's what so in the past few years at our family dinners, because Raven went to um the vegan culinary institute. um we've been bringing the sides. So we bring the vegetables and they do the meat.
Hmm.
And it's been working out good because we haven't been using meat to season the vegetables. So it gets, we get curry vegetables, roasted Brussels sprouts,
Yes.
asparagus.
One of my favorite things is to roast Brussels sprouts, butternut squash, sweet potatoes, and whatever other vegetable I feel like throwing in there and roasting them. I love roasted vegetables. You know, when you season them up with a little balsamic vinegar, salt
Exactly.
and pepper, throw them on a tray, put them in the oven 30 minutes, 20 minutes, and you've got beautifully roasted vegetables that are savory and just yummy.
And gone are the days where people can say, think that vegans don't, just because you're vegetarian or vegan, that you don't get savory or good food, because you can
Right.
get really good and filling things.
Yes, really, really good things. And desserts. Like you could get great vegan desserts without sacrificing flavor and taste and satiety. You know, like good.
Speaking about vegan desserts, my girlfriend Carlene Denal in Brooklyn
Yes, we
said
were waiting for that cheesecake.
she she said she owes us one. She was having some phone issues and other stuff. She was like, she felt so bad, but she's gonna make it up to us.
That's all right. We listen. We'll be ready. 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 The cheesecake was good. Don't get me wrong,
The
but
cheesecake was very good.
I knew hers was going to be like the bomb diggity. Like I knew.
Yes.
My sister and I, when we were in New York last year, we went to Season Vegan. Um,
Oh, that's what I was thinking of when you mentioned before.
my sister and her household, they are carnivores through and through. Like if they could lasso and wrestle their own meat, they would, right? Like my sister, her husband, and their son, they really should be cattle ranchers because they could put in some meat.
It gotta be meat in a meal.
Yes, but
Else
so
it
she
ain't a
went to
meal.
Season, right? So she went to Season. I took her to Season Vegan. She loved it. She thought that mac and cheese. She was not believing that it was no cheese in that mac and cheese.
Cause
I mean, everything was good.
it'd be hardcore carnivores out there that be like, nah, I gotta have.
Yeah.
And then once they try it,
And Ife, I feel much better in my body when I'm not eating meat. Now, that doesn't say that I will never eat meat again, but I will never go back to eating meat for every meal, every day. Do you know what I mean? Like,
mhm.
I still like a piece of fried fish. I might snag a piece of turkey if there's some here. I might, who knows? But I'm never going to go back to eating like that. Like that's never going to be my way of life. I
And
feel better when
I'm not vegetarian and vegan, but I don't have to have meat.
right.
So we don't I don't have to buy anything, and only in the summertime for some reason do I want um when there's a grill.
Yes, you want a grill. Yeah, you want maybe a burger or a steak.
I want right.
I get it. I get it. I get it.
And then when I do have it, I gotta have like a sliver, because now that I don't eat meat a lot, then I find that there's like when I eat a sliver of steak, I feel it in my body.
You've had it, yeah. You've had enough. Like, okay, I don't want any more of this.
Like, oh Lord.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want this sitting with me.
And for people to understand, it takes a long time for meat to pass through your body, right? Like it takes a lot.
Oh boy, no. And at this age, 61, I want to stay regular. I'm like,
so I mean, it's good because you'll eat a lot of different things. Like, people who are flexible with their diet tend to do better because they're not Sunday dinners doesn't require meat. I grew up in a household where we always had meat on Sunday, like just if it was a ham or a chicken or something, you always had meat on a Sunday.
Yeah,
that's how I grew up, and it was always a big meal, right?
Yeah, right. It was, and I was the oldest and a girl, so my mother was like, "Do make it." this and this. It was but so long when she showed me. And then holiday times, I was my grandmother's sous chef, so I was chopping and cutting and mixing and put this in there, put this in there. So that's where I got it from.
And my sister reminded me, from 6th grade through college, she wasn't a meat eater. My sister really was vegan from the 6th grade. When you see one of these little films in science and you see how animals are processed, and I think that it affected her in such a way that she stopped eating meat. And so my mother was like, okay, I'll support that. I'm not going to cook anything special. You just eat whatever is cooked, you can have more of or whatever, but I'm not going to make a special meal for you. But we always had vegetables,
Right.
There's always vegetables.
So now that she's married, that's flipped the script, because you just said they got to have meat all the time.
She got all the 6'5" people in her house. They all.
She got all the big men in her house.
My brother-in-law is known throughout the land for his barbecue. Her too. Like they are known for their grilling ability. So.
Listen, on occasion, I have a cousin that makes some really good chopped barbecue. And I miss they usually have a Labor Day something. We couldn't have it because of COVID, but man, I'll be looking forward to her chopped barbecue.
Ife, and there are moments when I want a little chopped barbecue. I love a good chopped barbecue. I like the North Carolina chopped barbecue where it's like saucy. And I like the Kansas barbecue where it's like a rub, I like a little barbecue. Am I gonna make it? No. No. And I'm not gonna serve it here. Like it's not gonna be part of my menu. But if somebody brings it, I may get like a little spoonful, a little small plate of it. I'll do that. I'll do it. I'm not against it. But I don't eat like that anymore. Cause I'd go to my sister's house and she'd do me a grilled salmon and a steak, and she'd do a steak and salmon to perfection, and then she'd serve it to me. That's why I go there. I feel like a queen. I never have to lift a finger to do anything. They just wait on me hand and foot. Literally.
It's something about a really tender, well seasoned, medium steak.
Oh, my sister does an amazing steak. My ex-husband still talks about the way my sister cooks a damn prime rib and a steak. He's on the wife number 3, whole other family, but he still talks about his sister-in-law and still refers to her as his sister-in-law. I was like, Lawrence, they're not your family. No. That's my sister-in-law. She made prime rib and she makes.
Listen. So, when that steak is tender,
girl. Now my brother Robert, he'll bake you a steak. Like he'll put one in the oven for you, and
Oh,
it's
really?
all yeah, he'll tenderize it for you in the oven. He'll get it right for you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's another one that'll cook up something. Like, okay, so
Yeah, steak was never my forte for cooking, but
mhm.
I enjoyed having a good one. But for some reason, I like the grill. Something about a grilled steak is just like,
I like a good steak too, and I like it with some onion, some grilled onion, and some grilled
mushroom.
mushrooms. And don't
Yes.
put butter on my steak because that'll kill me. But because I know butter is the secret sauce for a lot of restaurants, right? That they let it sit in
Mhm.
butter, but not for me. You can't do that for me. I'll die. But um, yeah, if I can get the grilled onions and some mushrooms and some potatoes,
One of
be
my other
fed.
passions though is like a good pasta, like sauce, like from tomatoes.
Yes,
I know you know that too. Like
yes,
just using tomatoes or those uh chopped tomatoes or something and making your own sauce. Ain't nothing like it. It ain't ragu.
yeah, yeah. No, I like a good sauce. And I love that you know what? I throw a lot of like if you have vegetables, it's such a great this is how I fed my kids. You throw vegetables in a sauce, they'll eat it. Do you know what I mean?
You
Like
know,
kids will say, "Oh, I don't like vegetables." You throw it in a red sauce, they'll eat it.
on top
My
of
kids
pasta.
weren't cheese kids. Like my kids were not big cheese eaters. And I know because I didn't keep a lot. There was no cheese in the house. But they will eat a pasta in a minute, particularly if you throw a lot of vegetables. That was the
Yeah,
way
I
that
was
they
dating
ate
someone
it.
one time and I made some pasta with, and I did put some chopped turkey in it, and I put vegetables in it, and they picked the vegetables out. That I got kind of offended, but that person just ate brown and white stuff anyway. Only meat and potatoes.
Oh
Needless to
well,
say.
needless to say, they are no longer sitting at this table.
There you go.
That's all right. I honestly, Ife, you need somebody who eats adventurously.
That is adventurous.
Yes, that is adventurous. Even if they don't want to do adventurous things, at least try to eat adventurously.
At least.
At least you have some color. The whole world is colorful. Put that on your plate. Everything doesn't have to be gray or brown. Like you can put color on your. Yes, eat adventure colorfully. That's
Oh my
it.
gosh. Well, I can't wait for your hip to be fixed so you can bike with us next summer.
I know. I can't wait. I'm already thinking about, oh, I need a new bike and what that'll feel like to get a new bike. Like to go. I'm gonna do all the things: ride, walk, hike. I don't think I'll be able to run when I get these new hips. I think running is off the.
Yeah, running. I had to stop my knees.
I think because they don't want you to pop it or whatever, so you have to. So I think running is, if I remember correctly, said I can't run. I see if I could go back to weightlifting because I really enjoyed weightlifting.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. That really was very good for me. So we'll see if that's allowed.
Mm-hmm.
And see. But I'm ready. Like I'm so ready. My diet has changed. He put me on this a pure vegan diet, so I've been adhering to that for a year.
And what I also like got to commend you on, Babz, is the diabetes. Like,
Yes,
listen, folks need to know
got my A1C down to 5.4. Like
it's a
that's not even
dietary thing.
pre-diabetes.
You ain't got to say, "Oh, my family got it, so I'm just gonna live with it."
No.
There's some dietary changes you can make to your in your life if you don't want to live with the diabetes. It's
This
as
is
simple as
true.
that.
This is
But
true.
if you want to like resolve, like there's a whole bunch of people don't realize or want to grasp the idea of maybe if I eat differently and acquire a taste for other things. I don't have to live with with diabetes or high blood pressure or all the black things.
Yes.
And as we were talking about all these recipes and these different foods that are vegan or just alternatively seasoned, because there's a bunch of seasonings out there. And not for nothing, we can look at Greek culture and Indian culture and Asian culture. They season stuff
right
in a way that is
right.
It makes it taste really good.
You're absolutely right.
We just got to adjust it, because you don't always need, like, how many meals you had over my house, and I don't use salt.
Right.
In nothing.
Right.
It still works,
Right.
So we want to fend off all the ills that we inherit.
And
you go.
And diet is the easiest way to do that. It is the easiest way to do that.
You got to be open to embracing it.
And I don't understand these people who want to fight about not wanting to change their diet. That's the thing that frightens me with people, when they're like, oh, I'm not going to give up, blah, blah, blah. I was like, you're not going to give up eating terribly for longevity. You can still eat the things that you want. You just have to change the ingredient content.
In a dietary
back out on the salt. Yeah.
Or you rather take 9 different medications and eat the way you want to eat, and that's how you want to live.
Yeah.
Or you want to cut down on some of the medications, because you've even cut back on some medication and all that. Like,
yes, I'm trying to get rid of all of them, and I'm, I still take a substantial amount of meds, but I'm working toward getting it all go away. And I say in another year or so, once I get these hips done, and I can really, move my body, in a year I think I'll be off all these meds. I'll be off the blood pressure medication and the small amount of diabetes medication that I'm on. I'll be able to get off of that, because I've come off of some of it. I want to come off all of it. So when I go,
I'm sure Full Fit will be happy to have you back.
Oh, I know. He's always lurking too. he's always lurking, because I want to go into my 60s like I'm 30, right? Like I want to be in good health, and I think that's the only way to do it.
That's how I feel at 61. I want to have another 40, 45 years.
You're in good health. Like, you are in extraordinarily good health, right? Like, you have a lot of energy.
Things.
And you are aging beautifully, right? Like 61 is just, I don't even know what that means to you. It means nothing. It means nothing.
So is the Walton Son coming on? Is that who's
coming on at 10:15?
Oh, okay.
So you can hang out for a little bit longer, and then when you're ready to jump off, so yeah, my sister said you're right. You have to be willing to change. Talking about all this diet stuff.
Yeah, we like, black people aren't always ready. They just like, this is how it is. This is how it has to be. And it's like, how do you want to live? What's your quality of life like? And like, I started thinking about it in my 30s, when I noticed, like, my mother and my aunts and everybody had arthritic things happening and all kinds of, I was like, wait, maybe. And my grandmother and my great aunts, like, everybody was taking a whole, like, they had like those medicine pill things. And I was like, let me see how I could do this.
Yeah, that's very real. That's very real.
So I got energy, so I got to keep it moving somehow.
And that's, if you can keep yourself active, your brain, because you're a writer and a playwright and all these things. So you're taking care of your brain, and you're an avid reader. You're an avid reader, and you're very active. Who dances more than you? And you ride a bike, and you walk. So, you know what I mean? Like, those are the things that'll keep you healthy into your 60s, 70s, into your 80s. You know,
And it
those
don't
are the
always
things.
take a lot of movement because you could do chair yoga.
Yes.
You can do
Yeah.
chair yoga,
And
people.
you don't need a membership to a gym, and I mean you don't need outdoors. You can just walk in your neighborhood.
Exactly.
You know, New Haven is a very walkable city, believe it or not. You can,
And then YouTube has everything.
yes, for free.
For free. Any exercise, yoga, anything you want to try at every level. So they ain't no excuse.
Yeah. And now that we're in COVID land, it might be a good time for you to try all these different things while you got the time. You know.
So I'm going to sign off because somebody is getting
she wants
antsy.
she
She's
wants
3.
your attention.
What?
She's like, I need you.
She's an auntie.
Hanging out. I appreciate you.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Welcome anytime. You got free time, come hang out.
Talk to you soon.
Yes. Have a good day. Bye, Eva.
Say bye.
Bye. Woo. All right, that's my good girlfriend, Ife. Just coming in talking about diet, exercise, Friendsgiving or friends living, that kind of thing. Markeisha couldn't join us this morning, which is fine. You know, I had no expectations that she would. I just, threw it out there, and if they can hang out, they can hang out. So, but I've got Kevin Walton Jr. Coming on next at about 10:15 to talk about his artistry, and he's been at this for quite some time. So, how's it going, Harry? How's the cleaning?
It's going. So there's a Robin Guathney in the waiting room.
That's my sister, Robin Guathney. Why? What is she saying?
No, she's in the waiting room.
Oh, she wants to get in? Let her in. She can come hang out for 5 minutes.
Here we go.
That's my sister. Hello. Unmute yourself.
Is her camera on?
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I got her picture. But no. Oh, there she is.
I'm here.
Hello.
Hey, Harry.
Hey.
All right, your voice just.
Harry.
There you go. So you're gonna hang out for a few minutes because I got a guest at 10:15. So it's nice to see you.
Hey, I hear echo.
Oh, I don't know what that is. Do you have another device on? What does that have? Another device on or something?
Yeah, I know you got another person coming on.
Yeah, it sounds like the Facebook is on or something in the back.
You have your Facebook on?
Well, I don't have Facebook on.
Because I can hear the echo. Like another device is on or something. I don't know. Who knows? So, what are you doing for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I just muted her to see if the echo's coming from her, and it is.
Oh, the echo's coming from you. So, do you have another device on, or a phone, or is your Facebook on?
I just muted her to see if the echo's coming from her, and it is.
It is?
The echo's coming from you. Yeah. Do you have another device on, or a phone, or is your Facebook on?
No, I don't have Facebook on.
Okay.
Hey, I can hear. It sounds better now.
Oh yeah, now I hear you. All right. So what are you doing for Thanksgiving? What are you doing?
You know I'm going to Maryland.
Oh yeah, for the family feast.
Hey, I can hear. It sounds better now. It's back.
No, that's all right. Harry will make it work. Harry's downtown in the actual studio today, cleaning and freaking out. So, I know he's just like, oh my God.
Harry, you gotta help me.
I wish I could, but there has to be something playing in the back.
Do you want me to sign back in?
Were you watching us on Facebook?
No,
I'm in Zoom.
You're in Zoom. Do you have a radio on in the background or something? Because we're definitely hearing an echo of our show.
How was you listening to us before you got on Zoom?
Nope, I don't use Facebook.
How were you listening to us before you got on?
Oh, on the radio. Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah. Because we know what we're doing.
Hey, that's not in my wheelhouse.
Thank you, Harry, because we know
know,
what we're
he's
doing.
like, I know he's like, woman, turn that damn radio off.
Hi, this is Babz Rawls-Ivy from New Haven, Connecticut, and you're listening to WNHHLP 103.5 FM, streaming live at newhavenindependent.org.
Okay. All right. So you're going to your mother-in-law's for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And it's big because I've done Thanksgiving.
Oh no, not big. It's just us. You know, keep it
Yeah,
tight.
that every year for 20 years, and it'll be like a gazillion things to choose from, it's like a restaurant buffet.
Not this time, hopefully. Keep it tight and right. You know?
Who's going? Just y'all?
Yeah, me, Boyce, Troy, and that's it.
Okay. And Lex.
Yeah, Lexi, yeah. Well, yeah, she's included.
Yeah. Okay. And Leroy?
No. When I say it's 6 people, it's 6 people. That's it. Okay. I know it's killing Marilyn because she's like,
But since you want to live long and prosper, then you better keep it to that tight 6.
It almost didn't happen. Our state is fighting. And
ours is too.
Well, because Rutgers is right up the street, so Edison and Piscataway is spiking. So.
Yale right over there, and UNH, and Southern, and Alberta's, and Gateway. So, we're spiking too, and I'm trying to get people to sort of like adhere.
Stay home.
I mean, I think we're doing better than a lot of places, but our numbers are starting to climb again. So we need people to sort of socially distance and wear masks and stay home and,
Now, your restaurant's still open? We're in dining?
Yeah, Yeah, they are. At I think 25%. They can only have about 25%, but it's been nice out, so people still been eating outside. Mm. But that, that's going to change at some point.
Yeah, so. our governor was out eating, and people, outdoor dining, people could walk up on you. So I guess the news camera, somebody happened to be there, and this woman was just outraged with him, and I'm thinking, and Troy kept saying, well, how come his bodyguards, his service guys are not doing anything? And I'm like, trust me, if that woman gets close to them, those people are like tree cops. They'll come out of the building. They'll be like those murals. You don't even know they're real people until they step out.
Yes.
Not bad.
Well, I mean, you know what? They have to be mad, but they have to, and I get it because businesses are feeling like they're going to lose everything, and they are. But at the same time, you cannot open at the expense of having people come to your restaurant who might be sick and then spreading that stuff. Like, we're all in this together, right? Like,
well, and you don't want the Chipotle effect, right? Like, remember when Chipotle had that bad salad or whatever,
whatever is happening.
And then nobody would go to the Chipotle restaurants even after they figured out where the source was. So, you don't want that, because then people will say, when it is safer, they'll say, no, we're never going back. So you don't want that.
So, yeah, I mean, and then so many people traveled are planning to travel. I mean, so many people traveled last weekend, like 3 million people. Now they're thinking, the same amount of people are going to travel for Thanksgiving. you know. And
Yeah,
the airlines need to do their part. And you know, I get it. These businesses are like, we can't, you know, but and then they want these planes to be at capacity. Like, no.
well,
Like now you want to air deliver germs.
But there's I want to say it could be Japan, Hong Kong, one of those countries, but there's an Asian country that is certifying travel, right? So you can test on one end and be certified to travel to another destination,
Yeah.
and return with them. But I'm thinking, you know, that
Yeah.
you're not positive today, but you could be positive 3 days from now. You know?
Yeah.
What if you
Yeah.
can't get home? What if where you're going is not where you want to quarantine? So there's that.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of people are traveling, but a lot of people are staying home. They're trying to do the right thing. So
Staying home, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm not traveling. I don't want to have to quarantine anywhere. So, and I mean, I feel like I'm already quarantining in my house.
Yeah, right. Well, I know it's serious for you. See, I've been doing this for like 15 years, so it ain't no big deal to me. When I hear people complaining about being in the same space, I'm like, what? What you talk about, Willis?
I know, suck it up, Buttercup.
You know, what with your kids? Come on, I've been doing this for years. But
no, once I set up my desktop, because I got a new desktop, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So I got to put in the stuff from the paper, so that I don't have to go over there anymore.
Yeah.
But it gives me opportunity to get out of the house to just go over there once a week.
Well, that's the thing. I mean,
and there's nobody there. You know, my office is. I mean, there's nobody there. We're pretty much closed, but
that's the other thing. I mean, I get it because I used to do my runs too. Because you got to get out of the house, even if it's just to walk. You need to get out, but you know, I was at Home Depot the other day and I saw they have all the live trees out now.
Oh, I think I might. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I might put a tree. I wasn't thinking about it, but now that I'm in this house just lends itself because it's such high ceiling.
Yeah, you know where you can put it is when you walk in the front door at the end of the hallway. See, I would have several trees in your space. I would have tree when you walk. Wait, tree on the porch. A tree at the end of the hall. Right. And then another tree either in the living room, dining room area. And you could even, because it's such a big space, you could even put a little 4-foot tree in the kitchen. It would just be trees all up in that space. Different theme.
In a winter wonderland. Maybe I'll put a bunch of trees in. I don't know. I love the smell of a tree, so maybe 2 trees. I mean, it's a big enough space, but
yeah, it's huge.
It is. It's a big space.
Huge. It's nice. So get it right.
Yeah.
But I would put one. I would definitely put one when you open the door, because that would be the first thing you see when you come in. That'd be a nice place, and light it up. Put on a nice timer. So.
Yeah. No.
You have to have 2. You need 2. 2 trees.
Yeah. We'll see. You should come on more often. This is fun having you on in the mornings. Let's make a habit of you coming on a couple of times. Whenever.
I try to. I was trying to get on when Ife was on because she was saying and then you guys was dragging me through the carnivore thing. I was like, hey. I'm an OG vegetarian. But yeah, no, it's good. And I didn't get to see her granddaughter.
Oh, that's not her grand cousin.
Grand cousin. Okay. Yeah, I didn't get to.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. All right. Well, So you think you might? When are you coming?
My plan. I'll know tomorrow if I'm gonna have the truck back. If I do, then I'll come up this weekend. If
That'd be
not,
nice. Well, this is Thanksgiving weekend.
What?
All right. I'm just saying.
Ain't nobody on the road.
That's true.
Right? There's no more Black Friday.
Wait, love. They've been having Black Friday ever since October.
Right. Well, but you know what? They're gonna end up with that J.C. Penney syndrome because that's what drove them down, right? They went from being, hey, I'm going to Penny's to ain't nobody going to Penny's. They always got a sale. It's gonna be on forever.
Oh yeah. See, that's you know what?
Yeah. That's the thing, is because there's a couple things I need to get at Target, but I don't feel the pressure, right? Like I know that it will be on for the month. So I'm not worried about it.
Two trees and a squirrel. What, Harry?
Get the squirrel suit. You can have a hat.
No, I'm feeling like I might want a tree.
Well, I went artificial, so
I probably would put an artificial tree in my room, my bedroom.
I went artificial 2 years ago. This will be my second year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it turned into, it was my thing, right? And when the boys were younger, it was, yeah, let's go get the tree. And the only one I had to really convince was Troy, right? Like, come on, let's go. And then he jumped on the bandwagon. And then the boys were all for it. And then as they got older, it was like, oh. So then the year where I said, you know what? I'm just going to get an artificial tree. Trent did this whole thing about, well, Mom, it saves the environment. So you could just get a good artificial tree. You don't have to keep cutting down these trees. But that's how he came at me. And then Taylor was like, Mom, if you have it, you could put it up right after Thanksgiving dinner. And so he's the analytical one. And I said, okay, but that's fine. It works out. And I invested in a good tree. So
I know I've had some good trees over the years because when I was married, we couldn't have a live tree because my then husband was not feeling a live tree because burned down the house. And then when children arrived, he definitely didn't want a live tree because what if the tree fell on the kids or they ate the needles? You know how he was, right? The worst possible thing imagined was going to happen. So anyway. All right. You gotta go. I got a guest coming on. I want you to come back though, because it's fun. I like seeing you and talking to you.
All right.
So,
I'll be back.
Don't be a stranger.
Nope. Right. Love you.
Love you too, love.
Bye.
That's my real sister. My God honest blood sister. I've got a lot of sorors and a lot of sister friends. That right there, that's my sister. That's my ride or die. Her hair color looked nice too. I was like, what's she? Because I know that chick is as gray as I am.
Why you blowing up her
surgeries?
Why you blowing up her spot?
I know, right? Jealous. It's just pure jealousy, Harry. Pure jealousy. It's just old school jealousy. So now I'm waiting for my nephew to
let me just compliment your sister. She looks marvelous.
Oh, thank you.
Good genes. Good genes.
Thank you. Oh, she said thanks, Harry.
It's the good genes.
Yes.
All right, so we have K-Dub in the waiting room.
Oh, good. Okay, good. Let me say hello to him. It'd be nice to have him. Well, I see he at his mama house because I see the artwork.
And the empty chair.
and an empty chair.
All right, you're listening to LoveBabz, Love Talk on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio.
Woohoo! Well, hey, nephew.
Gotta
I
unmute
can't hear you.
yourself.
You gotta unmute yourself.
Hey, how you doing? Good morning.
I guess I shouldn't be referring to you as nephew. This is a serious conversation show. This is my nephew, Kevin Walton Jr., up and coming artist, rapper, K-Dub. Welcome. Nice to see you.
Thank you. Nice to see you as well.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So how you feeling these days?
I'm doing good. Just trying to, stay calm. Everything going on.
Yes. So, talk to me a little bit about this artistry. You are a rapper and a fine rapper at that. Talk to me about, when did you know that you had an affinity for this? When did you know that this was something you wanted to pursue at this level?
So I was always interested in hip hop. Thanks to my dad. Like growing up, used to always hear him playing different albums in the car, like Jay-Z, Biggie, Wu-Tang. But when I really knew I wanted to be a rapper was back in 2009 in 8th grade. Me and my dad went to go see Notorious, the Biggie Smalls biopic. And after that movie, I told myself I was gonna be a rapper. I didn't write or rap that night or anything, but I just told myself this is what I want to do. So that's where I
What
started.
you want to do? Okay. So the minute that you stepped into that, did the words start flowing through you, or did you always have a sense that I know something about words, but just kind of brushed it off?
So I mean, I was always somewhat interested in writing, like with school and stuff. But then when I told myself I was gonna actually start rapping, like I slowly got into it. So I was writing in high school. Like when I first started, I didn't really tell too many people I was rapping, so I was kind of just like hiding it, just writing in my notebooks, practicing to myself. But then, like about junior, senior year in high school, that's when I started to tell my family and my friends what I wanted to do. That was the first time I rapped for my parents back in, I think, senior year in high school.
Wow.
So it was like a slow transition into it.
And now, where'd you graduate from high school?
I went to Notre Dame in West Haven.
And how was that experience?
It was a cool experience. It was alright. Everything except for the basketball situation was good because my head coach, me and him didn't really get along. A couple other people on the team didn't get along with him. But as far as just the actual school, the academics, Notre Dame was a good school, but the basketball, I wouldn't recommend.
And so from high school off to college you go, and you go to the Mecca. And for those people who don't know who the Mecca is or have no clue of an HBCU, Howard University in Washington, D.C.
Correct.
And how was that experience?
So that experience, that was the best time of my life, I'll say. My first project.
You've got some history. You come to the school with, I think, your grandfather or your grandparents or you came through there. So you're pretty much a legacy. You come to this honestly. So tell me a little bit about what that was like for you.
So for like I said with the basketball, my senior year I didn't know where I was going to college because I wasn't getting recruited heavily. I didn't really know where I wanted to go. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to study. So me and my parents, we just took a bunch of trips to different colleges, took tours, talked to people on campus. And I still didn't know what I wanted to do until one weekend we went down to visit Howard. And I remember like it was yesterday because we went on a Friday afternoon. It was nice weather, so everybody was out on campus. And I just knew then that that's where I was going to go to school once I took that trip with my parents.
Really? You just felt it? Now,
so
because Notre Dame is a white school. Well, considered a white school. And Howard is a very black school.
Yeah, definitely two opposites. Completely. Yes. Yeah, but my dad kept saying, he was like, Kev, I think Howard's a school for you. Howard's a school for you. And I was kind of just brushing it off. I guess I didn't want to give him the credit. Or I was just like, all right, whatever. So when I was on that trip to Howard, the whole time in my mind, I was like, yeah, I'm coming here. So my dad was like, what do you think, Junior? What do you think? And I was like, I don't know yet. But then a couple of days later, I told him, I was like, yeah, I think I want to go to Howard.
Now, did you look at a bunch of schools? Like, what was that like? Did you Did you say, you know what, let me go over here, let me go over there, let me look at this, let me look at a different school?
So yeah, we went to Boston, visited a couple schools out there. We went to Providence. So we were really just kind of going on location when we took the trips when I didn't know where I was going. And then I don't really know exactly what made us want to go to Howard or like why we went that weekend, but we did, and I just knew as soon as I stepped on campus, that's where I was going to be.
Okay. And so now, were you honing your rapping skills while you were in undergrad?
Yeah,
Were you
so
working on that?
so my first project, Higher Learning, is actually like a story from the end of my high school career to about midway through college, and it just shows my experiences, my struggle to transition from high school to college. So yeah, I've been writing, making music all throughout my college career.
Hmm. Hmm. So, is there room for a rap artist like you? Like, you don't have a hard luck story to tell. You don't
Mm,
have a your parents were on drugs and y'all were
real struggle story.
addicted. And, you don't got no, you don't have a. I mean, everybody has a struggle story, but you don't
Hmm.
have the quintessential rap struggle story, right?
Right, correct.
So, is there room for an artist like yourself, to sort of make a place in the rap world?
Yeah, I believe so. Just one, me being from New Haven, like there's a lot of talent in the city. Not too many people know about it, but I see it like from my own experience, different artists out here. I think there's room for me because I have like my college story. I struggled when I first got to school, so I'm sure I can relate with other people that struggle, whether it was academics or in their social life in college. I don't curse in my music, so if you like hearing clean music, there's always gonna be space
And
for
why
me for.
don't you curse in your music? What is that about?
But that actually, it's not really purposeful. It's just I don't feel the need to have to use certain words when I write. I could just I don't know, it just flows for me.
Okay. All
Mm.
right. I like that's a good. I like that answer. That's probably the best answer I've ever heard, and I've talked to a great many rap artists, um, known and not so well known. So I like that. All right.
Mm.
So you're working on your craft during your college years. Are you doing concerts? Are you showing up to sets? Like, what are you doing?
So college was a lot of open mics, like um, you just go sign up, and perform in front of my classmates, or if it's an open mic in DC. But towards the end of my career, that's when I started to perform more. Like there was this one showcase down in DC that got like I got cool with the people running it, so I was going there regularly. I got booked for a couple shows in New York, a couple shows in New Haven, so a couple here and there. But towards the end of my career is when the performances really started picking up.
Hmm. Hmm. And so you're doing these sets, you're showing up to open mics. What else are you learning about this business? Are you learning the business part of it? The
Yeah, so that
entertaining part is one thing, but there's a whole business that needs to happen around
yeah,
this.
so I always heard rappers talk about the bad contracts they sign, like just not knowing what's in the contracts they're signing, how difficult it is to read it with the language. So actually over this pandemic, I spent a lot of time researching exactly the business side of music and how the like song ownership works between like the masters and publishing. So that's actually what led me and my brothers to start our own label, Elm City Records, because we want to help artists out, and we don't want any artist to feel like they're getting cheated in this business. It's easy to get cheated in this business.
Mhm. I think you're right, and we've seen so many. I mean, there's story upon story of artists getting taken, not getting royalties, signing over their masters,
Right.
all these kinds of things. And so that's good. So tell me about Elm City Records, and tell me. So this is you and your brother Caleb.
Yes.
Okay.
AKA K Dot. He's an artist as well.
Yes, I know he's a fabulous thespian.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen him perform. He is also a super talented young man. So you all start this record album. Are you going to take on talent?
Yeah, we are, but for now we're just like I said, still learning the business. We're just focus on developing ourselves as artists as of now before we bring in a different artist to like sign or whatever. So we have a podcast right now. We're both working on music, so we're not really rushing into it, but we're still moving, trying to just learn as much as possible.
So what influences you musically? Who are you listening to these days?
These days, a lot of J. Cole, Joey Badass, JID, Lil Baby, Lil Durk. I expanded my taste in music because before I used to listen to like just certain type of rap, like the ones that influenced me earlier. But now I'm starting to tap into different like subgenres of hip hop. If that's what you
Oh,
call it.
really? So give
Yeah.
me some subgenres of hip hop. Like you mean like
Yeah.
what is it? What is this, the hip hop that I cannot tolerate? Oh, I'll think of it in a minute. But go ahead, tell me what give me a genre, a subgenre.
So like I used to only listen to really like the New York type of rap, the boom bap rap, I think what they called it. But now it's like genres like trap music. So that's where like the
That's
South.
it, trap music. I have no patience for that. But
That's how
okay.
I used to hate trap music. I couldn't stand it. Like I guess just because it was so different. But once I really started really listening, I mean, you're gonna find songs that you like.
Okay.
You
Okay.
find them. You have to look for them, but you'll find them.
So I've been noticing there's still this gap between women rappers and male guy rappers. There still seems to be a disconnect with that. That women don't get the same level of shine as men do. Why do you think that is? Or do you notice that? Or am I just an old lady and I'm just wrong?
No, it's definitely a disconnect in it. Just like any other aspect in life, misogyny is gonna find its way to, do what it does. So I think that's part of it. When we hear a female rapper, we expect her to sell sex. We don't expect the lyrical concept from them. I don't know why, but that's just how people are. Because one of the best rappers in today's era, Rhapsody, is a female artist, but she's not selling sex. She's not talking about selling drugs or any of the stuff that we expect. She's an actual dope, like she's a dope lyricist.
Hmm. And that makes a difference. A dope lyricist.
Right. But
So go ahead.
I was gonna say I want the disconnect to go away because I don't even like when artist blows up we say female artist. We should just say artist because that's what she is. We shouldn't separate the two just because of their gender.
Hmm. That's pretty good. So what is the overall goal? To put out your own CD, to grow your record company, to tour. I mean, COVID has really put a damper on whatever we thought we were going to do in terms of
Right.
gathering for entertainment.
Mm. Yeah. So before COVID, I actually wanted to start throwing shows in New Haven for different local artists just to have a platform to showcase their music. But with that slowing down, we're just focused on just perfecting our craft, just working on music, getting our music out to the world. Because you can still do that during these times. As far as the shows, that's probably going to have to be put on hold for a little longer. But yeah, shows and touring, that's definitely a goal of ours. But for now, we're just trying to get our music out there and get people to know about our label.
Hmm. And so you had said earlier in the top of this conversation that there's a lot of talented artists in New Haven, rap artists, and I think you're absolutely right. And when I come across, I feel like I never believe that there's just one New Haven. There's like several different New Haven, and the rap folks out of New Haven always show me a different side of New Haven that I did not know existed. Is that true? Like there's a New Haven that we don't really know about.
Yeah. Like in my song City Trees, I say I'm from a city that's half pretty and half gritty. Just like you said, there's multiple sides to New Haven. It's not just like just one city. You get different people, different backgrounds, different tastes in music. Like when you hear different artists, you can hear the different influences, like who they listen to, who they look up to as far as the music. I don't know what's happened. I think it froze right now. Yeah, the screen's froze right now. I don't know if you're saying anything. I can't hear anything. What's happening?
Oh, we're sorry about that, Kevin. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
We have tech problems. Harry is in our New Haven studio,
Uh,
so trying to work out all the kinks because everybody's on Wi-Fi and
all right.
it gets crazy. So continue, young man. What were you saying?
So I actually forgot where we were. What were we talking about again?
Well, we're talking about the different sides of New Haven, the different parts of New Haven, and I was saying, I guess there is a different side. Every time I see one of these New Haven rappers, I'm blown away just by the visuals that they show, and
All
just
right.
by the content.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like I was saying, this is New Haven's filled with people from different backgrounds, different like they're influenced by different music, different cultures. I remember not too long ago I found out that New Haven or Connecticut is like one of the wealthiest states in the country, but we have some of the poorest cities in the country as well at the same time.
Yes.
So that right there just shows what types of music you'll get from our artists, as far as like how different it is.
So where do you take your influence from? Like how do you know that there's something worth talking about or rapping about? Like what moves you to like pull some words together?
Um, if it's something that's just been on my mind for a long time, I'll just write about it. The struggles that Black people go through is something I always write about because it's something I can't escape. I talked about school a lot just because that's what I went through. So really, just any like personal experience or experience that I know people are going through, I just try to get that out to the world because I know somebody can relate to it. And not everyone's a artist, so they don't always have the opportunity to express how they feel.
So do you feel like you have to put a lot of your personal self into your work?
I don't think you have to, but in order for people to really relate with you, I think that's necessary. Because
Hmm.
some people nowadays they just make music just to make money or for the fame, so they don't really want to connect with people. But if you really want to connect with people and like share like your story with someone else, I think you have to be as vulnerable as possible with it.
So do you have a favorite artist that you dig right now? Like, is there somebody who's like, you know what? I dig their whole vibe, their career. I like what they're saying. I like what they're about.
Yeah, so J. Cole's my like all time favorite besides Biggie, but someone I'm listening to right now, probably Lil Baby. It's probably like my favorite right now.
Hmm. And is that a she, he, him? Who is that? Tell me a
This
little
is
bit about Little Baby.
he's from Atlanta. He's what I guess you call trap music. But he's one of the artists where when you hear him speak, you could tell that he knows what he's talking about. He knows about the music industry, the business. I don't want to say rappers aren't usually intelligent, but you could tell that he knows what's going on.
So now, is your goal or is the thought to sort of make New Haven a rap destination the way, the East West was, and now the ATL, the Dirty South? Is that your thinking to sort of like New Haven can be, or is New Haven already
Yeah.
a well-known rap spot?
So it's definitely a goal to get New Haven like on the map as far as like being a city that people know about. Because more important, I just want the people in the city already to get their music out to the world. So I don't know if my goal is more of like making New Haven like a rap city or just giving the people in the city an opportunity to showcase their talents.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so, how much time goes into this? Like, how much time are you spending? Like, what's your grind like? Walk me through your production day.
So I'm still looking for a job right now, so I don't have like the actual job that I go to. So I'm spending most of my time either working on my own music or working on the company.
Mm-hmm. And so, when you work on your own music, what does that look like? Are you listening to different music for the background? Like, how does this whole thing work? Like, you come with the words first, or do you hear the music first? Or do you hear the music first and you think, well, let me put some words to this? How does that work for you? Or is it a mix up of all kinds of things?
So yes, it's usually a mix. It's not the same thing every time, but for the most part is first I have to get motivated to like want to make something. I can't really just like not half-ass it or just kind of, oh, let me just go make music. So once I feel inspired, then I listen for beats to rap on. Once I hear a beat I like, that's when I think of a concept to write about. And then once I do that, it just writes itself for real.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So usually I listen for the music first and then I start writing.
Now, are there any good rap love songs out there?
Rap love songs?
Yeah. Like, how do for a young man like yourself, how does your generation of young people, like for my generation, we had bands and there was always love songs along with the dance music. I don't know if that's true in hip hop. Are there love songs in hip hop in the way that, like, if you saw a young woman that you like, what do you play for her? Like, what do you show up with?
In that situation, I just go R&B. I don't really go to rap. As far as rap love songs, I mean, each artist has like one or two songs that can be determined a love song. Mm-hmm. But
I see your face. You like so much so like I don't even know. Like no.
There's not really too much rap love songs.
And why?
I mean, a lot of rappers. The popular trend for rappers nowadays is for them to be heartless and have no emotion. So it doesn't fit the rap image.
I thought Nipsey Hussle was sort of changing that a little bit, right? Mm-hmm. Like, he was, at least it sounded like he was softening some of that hardness with a dose of reality and community focus. Mm. Does rap have to be hard and mean and gripping? Good?
It doesn't have to be. A lot of people think so, and I think what artists get messed up is they think we have to make music that people want to hear, but they have to understand people are gonna, if it's good music, they're gonna want to hear it. So you don't have to make this certain type of music just for people to listen to you.
Okay. So if somebody comes out with a diss record, a diss cut for another rapper, and then that rapper feels compelled to respond with a diss cut, it doesn't have to be that way. Like, you don't have to have these battles and opposing views and that are angry and dangerous.
I think right now there's a lot of that going on, like a lot of rappers beefing with each other, rappers getting killed, and I just really think that we could come together as a genre and like as a culture, but I don't really know how it's gonna change or when it's gonna change because of like how bad it is right now, but hip hop definitely doesn't have to be this violent, like I'm so hard genre.
Hmm. And what do you think people? What do you think people get wrong about hip hop? Like, what do you think we get wrong about it?
Um, Maybe it's probably like we have like mainstream music and then the underground, and I think the mainstream music is that's what people don't like about hip hop. So all the violence, all the like misogyny, downgrading women, or degrading women. I mean, I think that's all in the mainstream music. But when you go and look for certain artists and like different artists, you'll find like stuff you'll like.
Hmm. And so there is this whole underground culture
Mm-hmm.
of music,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to be looking for it to know that you're in it, right? Like how would I know if I was listening to underground music?
When you hear it and you ask other people if they listen to them, they're like, "Oh, who's that?" Or if it's just stuff you don't hear on the radio, you'll know it's underground. But then also what they're talking about, certain things they're talking about, you'll know that it's an underground artist and not like a mainstream radio type artist.
Hmm. And so, do you feel like, Kevin, um, that your music ought to make some sense around what's happening in the world? Does your music have to have a political stand? Does it have to be in solidarity with positivity? Like, what do you want your music to stand for and represent?
So yeah, I just want the main thing of my music is, like I said, to share the experiences I've been through, but then also to spread awareness. So if I feel like there's a major issue that people should hear about, then I'm gonna use my platform to talk about it, get people to listen to it. Cause like I just feel like rappers have that responsibility. Now we can't force any artist to like stand up for something that they don't really believe in, but if you really believe in something, I think you should use your voice and your power to get that message across.
Hmm. Hmm. And so you're using your platform for, well, I mean, I know who your parents are, so I don't think you'd have any choice but to um, be positive and uplifting
Mm-hmm.
and use good language. So I can't imagine that you would. It's just not in you to do anything other than that. Um, but talk to me a little bit about what your peers are hearing, what they're facing these days, and how do you speak to what they're going through?
Like just as far as music or
And music and their day to day lives, and I imagine that it's very difficult for young people right now,
mm,
particularly being with this COVID. You're out trying to find a job. You still might be living at home.
mm,
Um, all those kinds of things that weren't barriers a few years ago, but now are clearly barriers.
right. I think the main thing I see is um well it's funny 'cause I think some people I know I can tell they're a little less motivated than they usually are. But then also I'm seeing a lot of people, especially in New Haven, like start their own businesses now. They're like running their own brands. So I think you get a little mix of both. Some people looking for motivation, some people found it and they're using this time like to their advantage. That's what I've been seeing around with like my peers and stuff.
Hmm. Okay. So so you've got this. You're building this rap career, artist career,
Hmm.
and you are building a record company. Not unlike what Berry Gordy did 50 years ago. Uh, so this it's good to see that young people are still wanting to sort of create uh, opportunities for themselves. And
Hmm.
the, you're doing it with your brother, which is another amazing sort of thing. So talk to me a little bit about, because I know you have to go in a few minutes, but talk to me a little bit about what you hope and dream for yourself. What's the big picture that you want?
So just like you said, I want to be a successful artist. Also, my brother and other artists in New Haven to be successful. I want the label to be like well known. I want to have our own studio in New Haven so artists can come through and record. Um, that's really it. Just building the music, the label in New Haven. That's one New Haven to be as great as
You
it.
like New Haven that much to want to invest in New Haven.
Exactly. I think we need more people willing to do it. Like, I hear a lot of people saying like, "Oh, I gotta get out of Connecticut, get out," but like, it's okay to move out. Which I think we all should invest in our city.
Hmm. That's pretty good, considering that you went to Howard, and DC is such a political city. A lot's going on, very black. But yet you come back to New Haven and you want to invest here
Right.
with the other talented people. So I really admire that for young people, particularly young people from the Elm. So all right. Do you want to give us a few bars, or I can't ask that now? Like, I can't ask you to like give us some freestyle.
I mean, if I had a beat, I could give you some music that I have out right now.
All right, let's go.
So we got The Renaissance. I just dropped that in the summer. It's a project on SoundCloud and YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And I just dropped the music video for my song The Chosen One. You can find that on YouTube on our Elm City Records page. That song is actually produced by Corey Staggers. He's a producer from New Haven.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I like that. And so, how do people find you?
My Instagram and Twitter is KAYDUB203. That's KDub203. You can find my SoundCloud links there, the YouTube link, and then my music's on all digital platforms under the name KDub. So yeah, all my music you can find through Instagram and Twitter.
And so, do you have a strong social media following, or are you building that? I mean, you're a good-looking young man, so I would imagine you probably have a lot of followers.
I have just over 1,000, so still trying to build that, get those numbers up.
Okay, that's all right. That's all right. Okay, so we know where to find you. And do you have upcoming? Are you doing any upcoming virtual gigs?
We have nothing planned right now. We have the podcast, Whose Mans Is This? That's also on SoundCloud and YouTube. So that's if we're releasing anything soon.
Tell me about the podcast really quickly, because I'm interested in that, because I'm a podcaster too. So what is it? Tell me a little bit about it.
So that's me and my brother as well. We mostly talk about sports on that, but then we also talk about anything that's going on in the world. Like if something happened the day before we were recorded, then we just talk about that.
And what's it called?
Whose Mans Is This?
Okay, Whose Mans Is This?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And is there some reason for that title?
That actually, so my brother, we were deciding on a name. We didn't know what we were going to pick. And my mom actually came up with that name.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, that was her idea for that one.
All right, make sure she gets royalties when you blow up. So, Kevin Walton Jr., has been a pleasure talking to you. I'm so proud of you, and I want to stay in touch, and I want you to come back again as often as you like, but again when you have another project that you want to jump off. So I'm so proud, and I love your music. Actually, I listen to it. I've checked it out. I've seen you. So yeah, that's pretty good stuff, my man. I dig it.
Thank you.
So thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
All right, take good care, and I will see you soon.
All right, you too.
All right, love you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So you can find K-Dub out there. He just told you where his Instagram is. Go find his YouTube and subscribe, so you can stay on top of whatever the latest music breaks from him. Because I know you want to. I know I do. And just we'll stay. When I find out where he's playing, I'll let y'all know. So thank you so much, Kevin. I'll see you soon.
No problem. Thank you.
All right, Harry, where you at? That was fun. I love talking to my nephew. He's so cute. And if I was in the studio, Harry, we'd be playing his music. But since I'm not in the studio, I can't play it unless Harry finds it and plays it. So I'm on my way out. It's Thanksgiving week, Today is the 24th. Tomorrow,
in the game for the lames, I'm a misfit. I'm just plotting, trying to find a way to get rich. I don't care about the trends that you get with, cause I'm about to hit the game with a hit stick. I'ma split everything I get with. Everyone that was there way before I split this. I told my fam, look, we about to get rich. I told my fam, look, we about to. Oh, you big man, cause I'm in a big bag. Never sell my soul, but I want a big stash. In my city, you don't never wanna hear that click. Man, I'm heaven
right.
hoping I get
Yeah, so that's the chosen one.
right now, cause I got it chopped down.
Like it.
That I think about right now when the light go down.
All right, let's just say bye and then I'll let it play out.
All right, I'm going. Bye. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow's our last day, then we break for Thanksgiving. All right, Harry, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for playing this. Thanks, K-Dub. Thanks, Ife. Thanks, Lo.
Gotta calm my sight down. I pray for the trade bonds and the Mike Browns right now. I wake up when the sun go down. This the life of the golden child. Elm City, yeah, I hold it down. They say, hi, quiet, but he's so damn loud. They say, hi, quiet, but he's so damn loud. They say, hi, quiet, but he's so damn loud. They say, hi, quiet, but he's so damn loud. They say, hi, quiet, but he's so damn loud. I'm the chosen one. I was so run the rap game, so you rappers can't hold this, son. So dope, you would think that I sold you some. If anybody asks, I ain't told you none, so don't tell no one. But I kill for fun, make a living off the beats that I kill for real. When I get on the stage, man, it feels so real. That's when everybody learn that my skill is real. I still get caught up in the way I feel. I still got homies trapped in the field. I still got feelings, so I feel the flow is so ill like Shaquille O'Neal. Look, I backtrack if I move too fast, so back like a setback or a step back. And I'm too hard to guard, so you better get back. Like it's Real Housewives, I be like, who said that? I wake up when the sun go down. This the life of the golden child. Elm City, yeah, I hold it down. They say, hi, quiet, but he's so damn loud. They say, hi, quiet, but he's so damn loud. They say, hi, quiet, but he's so damn loud. They say, hi, quiet, but he's so damn loud. They say, hi, quiet, but he's so damn loud. I be the one, I ain't God, but I'm one of his son. I could hold my city down without holding a gun. Do I do it for the bread or do it for love? If I ain't better than a goat, I'm the closest one. I be the one, I ain't God, but I'm one of his son. I could hold my city down without holding a gun. Do I do it for the bread or do it for love? If I ain't better than a goat, I'm the closest one. I be the one. I be the one.
Hi, this is Babz Rawls-Ivy from New Haven, Connecticut, and you're listening to WNHHLP 103.5 FM, streaming live at newhavenindependent.org.
All right, see you tomorrow. You've been listening to LoveBabz LoveTalk on WNHHLP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio.